Hi. How's it going? It's me, Connor. It's been a little bit. I've been holding on to this video for a while now. I know I said I was gonna release these periodically, but as the holidays were coming up, I wanted to make sure that, everyone had you know, their break, I guess, from my content. I know it's very long. I know it is possibly difficult to sit in one sitting listening to all of it, but nevertheless, I enjoy making these kind of videos because it allows me to better communicate with people that I really enjoy hanging out with. The reason I've been holding on to this video, though, has definitely been the topic that comes up uh, very early in the video, and that is, an event that occurred for Dark where he lost a few cats, a few kitties, a few companions. Um, and I definitely did not want to, release this video during such a high moment for a lot of people, possibly. The holidays are something special. The holidays are something you enjoy that should bring joy. And I definitely felt if I released the video on Christmas, um, that that may not happen. It is a little bit of a downer hearing this stuff. But nonetheless, now with the holidays, now that the holidays are not yet over, but definitely have passed, and the new year's beginning, I wanted to release this video and have you guys listen to the conversation that Dark and I have had about this, as well as other things such as, health, body weight, his asexuality, um, and just a lot of other general things. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for just being here and giving me the opportunity to even do this. It's been a wild ride, and there's so much more I want to do. So many more people I want to talk to. Um, so thank you. This is a 2 hour long video. I didn't want to cut it up. And there's going to be a last video with updates to certain things that we talked about in, I believe, November. So, while it's been a while, that is still a little bit relevant as well. So I'll be releasing that after this one, the day after. So I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Bye. Okay. Well, we did a little bit of small talk before I guess we're starting this episode. But I guess let's continue a little bit more. Obviously, we don't have to dive into what we just talked about. That's that's gonna be kept
personal.
Personal. But like, besides that, how have you been? Just in general, like, school wise, any news going on?
Like, as a whole, I mean, I've been happier this year. I've had some horrible students in my 5th period. Less stressed. I had a student trying to say, well, teachers say bad things about you. I'm like, oh, really? Tell me everything they have to say. It's like, yes, teachers from another building that don't even talk to me, that have no idea what I do. Yes. Go ahead. They know my whole life. And it's like, well, they say you were nicer before. I'm like, yes. I assume I have become more cynical, but I have to be the bad guy all the time at work. Because if no one's the bad guy, nothing's gonna get done.
Yeah. No. Sometimes we do need to be the villains in other people's stories. That is unfortunate.
Literally, I became what I am.
He's the dark
I
side.
literally became the heel. I became the heel. And teachers like,
Um,
he's mean to students now. I'm like, I'm not mean to students. Like, seriously. And I said, so you're believing what a teacher says. Tell me something. Do I not give you guys the most opportunities to get your grades up? It's like, and I tell it to you guys straight. I don't sugarcoat it and make you feel all good about yourself. No. You're going to go into the real world in 4 years. This ain't going to be no, like, cakewalk for you guys. It's like, honestly, we do not prepare you guys enough for the real world.
oh no, definitely not. I honestly feel like there's a lot more school can teach than just math and English and stuff like that.
Oh,
Like,
I'm having my English kids go and build a bank account, and I want them to go
oh,
and learn
please.
how to have a freaking checking account. That's what I'm making
Honestly,
them do, and
that's great. Honestly, high school. I don't know if you guys have the class. You probably do. You guys have economy in high school.
12th grade only.
12th grade only, correct? Yeah, I remember senior year.
Yeah.
That's the same time I took economy as well. I actually took, I think, in my school, what we did I think it was government, and then the next semester we switched off classes and we did economy afterwards, which was really weird, but we did economy. And my teacher, what he did was he definitely encouraged us to ask questions, ask why the hell there's a tax in one city that's like increased, and why there's a tax in a different city that's like not, and other stuff like that.
Ah.
And I thought that was really cool. I thought that was definitely a very nice lesson that was being taught to us. That wasn't really part of the curriculum, because in the curriculum all you do is like basically like bank stuff, like something about like tax subdivisions and stuff like that. It was just like it to me it felt like word jargon, things that really wouldn't come up unless you're probably going to be going into like a field that deals with economy in some sort of way. But yeah, that's really cool. I do, like, to go back to the teacher stuff though. I think if you want to talk about it, there have been instances where
Yeah.
you tell me that there's been some, is it like teacher drama? Is that a thing that
Oh,
you?
there's always teacher drama. I'm an English teacher,
Mm-hmm.
so English teachers tend to get the most drama out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've had teacher drama where we all start fighting with each other. We had teacher dramas where they go and try to be backstabbers. A lot of us in a lot of the department, they're trying to like advance into a higher position or something, and they like to walk over other people just so they can feel good about themselves. And I don't care about it. I'm just to the point where I'm done.
Yeah, you're content where you're at. I'm assuming. Is that correct?
My thing is this: I do my own thing. I don't need you guys. I figured my own thing out. I self-reflect. I improve what I do for my teaching. I see what doesn't work. I improve it for the next time. I always change up what I'm doing. I'm never doing the same thing. And
Yeah.
even my lessons always change every year. I'm one of the few teachers that don't need a lesson plan. I can just set the lesson up and we're good to go. But it just depends on the students too. For like honors, I do more hands-on stuff and then I let them take over. And for
Yeah.
regular English, it just depends on them. Like if they're a bad class, I tend to give them more mindless work. And if it's a good class, I tend to do more fun stuff with them because they can actually listen and they'll work with me. Like they know they messed something up in my class. If all I give them are the same online assignments over and over and over again, I'm like, yeah, come on, get with the game. It's like, you guys are not worth my time right now. You guys are just wasting my time. You just come in here and talk over me.
Wow. You said you teach 9th grade and 10th grade?
This year, it's all 9th grade.
It's all 9th grade. So like the worst class.
Yeah, I'm one of the few teachers that can handle. It's funny because a lot of my coworkers are feeling that they have the worst classes that are 9th grade. But I know what they think is bad is nothing compared to what I had last year. Oh my god, that was terrible. This year it's mostly just elementary level behavior for 14 to 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
And I know my worst class moved on to one of my friends downstairs from my room, and I feel so bad for her because that class is terrible. I walked in today to give her some chocolate, and I saw who she had in there. I'm like, and she's like, Mr. Dark, and not my real name, Mr. Dark, can you rate this class out of 10? I look at him, and my first thing was 2, and I walked away. And she's like, why 2? I'm like, I just pointed at like certain kids. I'm like, no, these ones right here.
It's this main group right here.
I have kids that come up to me from my honors class last year, and they go, why'd you take me out of honors? Why am I not in the same class with these friends? Did you purposely make it so we can't be in the same class together? I'm like, yes.
Yes.
It's like, I told him, like, I was not going to let whatever honors teacher got you this year, to go through the same stuff I went through. It's like, there's a reason why only 16 of you guys stayed in honors.
So high school, there's also AP class. You teach any AP class?
I used to.
How was
I
that
used
like?
to teach AP for a few years. I liked it. For the most part, I didn't really need to do much. I just got them ready for the test. I taught them how to take the test.
Mhm.
I timed them. I got them involved with keeping track of their time. Being mindful of what they wrote was more important. I'm an essay guy. I'm the kind of guy that can write an essay and bullshit it and completely pass the test. I don't have to like even understand the subject. I can write an essay and BS it. I have taught my kids to BS it, and the only ones that know how to do it were the ones that got 4s and 5s. Now, my scores were never high. In my high school, the scores were historically low. We're pretty low in my entire district.
Yeah.
And I haven't taught AP in, I want to say, about 6 years. Yeah, 6 years.
6 years. Damn.
Yeah, I lost the classes in a really screwed up way. Previous principal didn't like me. And the woman that I was, going back to my department, the woman that I was working with the AP that year, she stole all my work, made me plan the summer project, made me do all the work, and then she knew I wasn't going to be teaching AP, and she made me believe I was doing all this stuff, only to find out the day of AP night that I didn't have it back. And that I was going to be given a completely different subject. It was so messed up. And you know the really best part out of all of this?
Yeah.
One of our mutual students, who was my freshman honor student, who she had this teacher for English that year, she came to me after it happened and she ratted everything out. She ratted that woman out.
Yeah.
She was the the valedictorian of the school. She's like, I'm going to be honest. She's like, I'm going to be honest because I like you more than her.
Did I hear a Pokeball go off real quick from your end?
Oh,
I thought I heard like a
that
Pokeball sound or something like that.
What you heard was the limit break fill form from Final Fantasy VII. That's my phone notification, and my ringtone. That's my text message notification and Twitch notification, and my ringtone is Final Fantasy VII Victory.
Oh man, that's so cool. I need to customize my phone.
Wait till next month when it swaps everything out to Final Fantasy X stuff. Because I rotated it around.
I forgot there was news of was it a remake of Final Fantasy X? Was that it? Was that going around?
Yeah, I'm scared of that, to be honest.
You're scared?
I'm really scared of that.
Are you worried?
I don't want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because for King Wolfles and I, the game is so special with the cheesy corniness and everything.
Yeah.
A remake could potentially just destroy the game.
Yeah. Do you are you
And I
worried it
get
might
it.
go the same route as 7? Is that why?
Honestly, if they were to do it again, it needs to maintain the for a game at when it came out in 2000 in the 2000s, it needs to maintain the turn-based battle.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's my opinion. And if anything, just update it, improve the game,
Mm-hmm.
bring back the voice actors, and just fix some of the story discrepancies. But don't
Yeah.
remove any of the funny stuff from the game. I mean, you gotta keep some of the dialogue. I mean, come on. The kid that wants to be a blitzball. If they don't keep that, that's... I mean, they removed it from the remaster, and then they added it back in because people got pissed off.
I only got to play 10 for like a little bit. I was trying to I played it late at night, and then King joined the call because he noticed that I was playing 10, or I don't know if he was in the call already, but
If I knew you were playing it, I probably would have jumped in the call too, because I love seeing people's first playthroughs of it.
it was
I watched 5 streamers' first playthroughs of that game just in the last 6 months.
it was interesting. I was enjoying my time, but there were like I'm not a huge JRPG person when it comes to like turn-based combat. It's difficult to get used to. I have been trying though, but I was just asking a bunch of questions to King, and King would just like offhandedly just like not answer any of them.
It's okay. So first off, I resist the urge to tell people things about the game because I want, especially if I know you're a first-time player, because it's better to play it blind and build your jokes on it on your own.
Yeah. See, no, I get that.
Like
but...
my dad figure who made me play the game,
yeah,
he wouldn't shut up, and he just said, "Kevin, just play the damn game." It's like, we'll talk when you're done. And so just like I was so confused, like, what the frick is a firefly?
Oh my god. Yeah, I get that a lot. I found it very funny because King was all being all coy with it.
He wanted you to experience for yourself.
And I was at one point.
He wants you to join us.
At one point when there was a scene, I believe, after was it Sin? That big shark fin thing. I forget what it was.
the second Sin fight. Oh my god.
I don't know what it was, but
you're on the boat.
Yeah.
You're on the boat and you're fighting him.
We were fighting him, and then once we reached the village, and then is her name Yuna? I forget.
Yeah, Yuna.
Yeah. So Yuna's about to perform the ceremony to I think it's to cross the souls to the other plane, the other world. I make the offhanded. Well, I tried to make the offhanded joke. I was like, "Look at all that XP," and I'm just like, I don't know. The way the little all the souls, all the shiny stuff came up from the water. It just reminded me of when I killed that one octopus kraken thing. But I had fun. Unfortunately, my Xbox, because I bought the Xbox version because it was on sale at one point. It was very cheap. My Xbox is.
At least you could speed up in that one.
Oh, can you really? Is there turbo mode on?
Yeah,
on
you
Xbox?
can speed it up in that one. Yeah,
Yo.
That one has a turbo mode. The PC and the Xbox have turbo mode, but the PS4, nope.
Well, unfortunately, my Xbox is broken. I've told the story to a bunch of people already, but my Xbox belonged to my sister for first, and then it would be mine. And we have nephews. She doesn't take care of them all the time. And we had a controller connected to the Xbox,
kids.
And then the kids just grabbed the controller, yanked it as hard as they could, and they basically took the Xbox down with it. And it snagged the HDMI output or input, and it pissed me off.
Ruined it.
Yeah, I had so many games on that Xbox. I was like, I'm I'm debating whether or not to just get it fixed. Honestly, I had I
It's
had
worth it. It's
yeah, I had Kingdom Hearts 3 on that one. I had yet to do Remind. I finished the game and I was starting a new one, and now I can't play it.
uh if you want to play it, let me know. I can give you the I can get you a copy off of Epic. Not Epic, Steam.
Steam has Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh no, sorry, Epic.
Oh, Epic.
If you want it off Epic, I can send it to you off Epic.
I see. I'm waiting for it to be on sale. Because right now it's like what, $50 to get the whole collection.
It goes down a little bit more during the sales. I don't have it on Epic yet, and I've been waiting for a proper sale.
Yeah, I'm
I would
waiting.
like to mod. Yeah, I would like the mod.
I was honestly expecting it to go on sale because right now there's like a Tokyo Game Show going on, and a bunch of Square Enix games were on sale, but it's apparently not this time.
I would like to put me in the game, like how King is doing that with his character. uh,
Oh
but I gotta wait till the new model's done.
yeah. I'm excited to see that. I don't think I mentioned this, but your Scintilla design, honestly, it really looks really cool.
I like it. Some people have told me that it looks plain, or it looks too much like Incineroar, but I see the Incineroar, but I see some other things that I like about it.
Yeah.
Because it's just like he's more of an amalgamation of everything I liked growing up.
Yeah.
With the Incineroar, which I liked as an adult.
So we're recording this episode, or this part, right after I released both parts for Woofle's parts, and this is definitely a lot different. Now that I kind of got a feel for how I wanted things to go, and that's why I'm in VR chat now, and I'm doing this. I'm doing all
It feels
this.
more personal.
Yeah, it feels personal, and I definitely would love to have Woofles back and do one like this again. But hopefully that's like later down the line. I assume you've watched at least a bit of the videos.
Maybe. I did. I watched them all. They were really good. I adore Woofles.
He's so sweet. He's so genuine too. And I was merely gonna ask, right? Is there anything in there that you like? Anything in that video that you would like to like have a conversation with me? Like ask me any questions, anything like that.
I don't remember if I caught it in the video or if it was out. What got you into the fandom?
Oh, that's well. I initially all I said in the video, correct, was that I was a quarantine fur. Quarantine happened, Rona happened, isolation happened, and it kind of just pushed you. It kind of just pushed me to kind of follow the fandom. I've had my, like King as has said before, I've had my eye on the fandom. I've been a guy who's just been looking from afar. I've had friends who were part of the fandom, and so it was just me.
Quarantine was the push you needed.
Yeah, quarantine was definitely the push I needed.
That would probably be. I mean, I didn't get into it until after quarantine, but if anything, quarantine probably caused me to be more exposed to it than I ever really was because of artists.
Oh yeah, art. Because
it just took. As I would tell Woofles and King, I actually was just really resilient to it because I never really considered myself one. Or I was just too afraid to like go more into it.
Yeah.
But it was artist, and just like getting here on Twitch was what really kind of like opened me up to it more.
Yeah. As
that in a mental in a chaotic crisis, being stuck in a house.
Yeah. that will do something. I do.
The house where I almost died in.
Oh, interesting. Is that a
Yeah,
story
that was the house I almost died in.
is that a
Oh, I
story
can
you're
tell you.
willing to tell?
Oh yeah, I can tell you about that.
Hold up before
um,
before I forget. The fandom. Um, as I said, I was an onlooker, and a lot of the things that basically boiled down was definitely childhood stuff. I definitely grew up with a lot of cartoons that were like very furry. I bring up, and I don't know how I found this cartoon called Road Rovers. I don't know if you know that one. Um,
old.
yeah, it's kind of old. um, there was that, and then there was also like in 2016, 2017, I began getting a lot of furry videos recommended to me. I got like Major Strawberry. I got like uh I think a Flick the Husky, and I got a bunch of videos like that, and I'm just like, wow, people are in fursuit, and like, how did they do this? How do these look so good? Like, and it kind of got me interested. It kind of like it kept creeping in. The furries kept creeping in, uh, and at one point,
I didn't know what a furry was until I was 22. Yeah, I learned what a furry was at 22.
yeah, um, it kept creeping in. So I started seeing fursuit content. And then I got content from or recommended because I was also watching Storytime animators. I started getting Adler the Eagle videos. Who he also did fursuit
Oh,
content.
on YouTube.
Content, yeah, on YouTube. He did fursuit content, and he also did animated videos. And I like it was just there was this like this genuine like joy that came from him just making videos and just creating content. And I was like, oh man, this looks like so much fun. And then I kept watching him, and then that led me to the art side of furry for YouTube, and it was just this big chain of like stuff that just kept popping up. That at some point it just kind of happened. But yeah,
For me, I watched a lot of. I actually, going back to my likes on YouTube, I actually followed a lot of furry content creators even beforehand.
yeah.
But for me, it was always cat stuff, cat cartoons, cat
Hmm.
movies.
Hmm.
I mean, I wanted to be a cat when I was a kid. My mom used to say I was probably a cat in a previous life, and I'll probably be a cat again in my future life. Cats, cats, and more cats. And yeah, that's literally my life growing up. And I ended up with like a gazillion cats even now.
Yeah, you're a cat dad.
I'm not a cat dad.
Cat dad. How many cats have you
Not a
fostered?
dad. I've only ever fostered 2.
Hmm.
You don't have cats. You love them.
They just show up, and you just like, okay,
Um,
come get over here.
some of them just showed up on my property. Others were born, and I had to take care of them. The kittens, for instance, they were born on the property. Their mother disappeared, and I had to take them in.
Uh,
We actually contemplated just letting them be naturally outside and let nature take its course, but they were so young.
yeah.
They were like only like 3 weeks when the mom most likely got swept away by the rain.
Oh.
We had a flood, and we think the mother got swept away.
Oh.
Um, I myself, I have spayed and neutered feral cats over 100, almost 200 now,
Man, you're doing the Lord's
over
work.
the last 13 years, and I'm done having any cats.
Mhm.
I want this group to be the end, and we're towards the end of the outdoor cats. We've been, if you haven't known, I've been losing cats the last few months,
Yeah.
and
Has that
most of
been?
my outdoor cats, yeah, we've lost a lot. Like last week, Boot died,
Oh.
and Boot was a really light cat in our property. He lost a lot of weight after Stripes passed away a few weeks ago, and
Oh.
um, he passed away in the house with me, so he passed in my bedroom like Stripes, and I got to have some moments with him on his last day, and he slept with me. He did things he would never do before. and he was always purring that his last day. It was something I haven't had with another cat that was on their last day, and they knew it was their last day. I was, and the sad thing is, with Boot, I think he didn't want to go. I think he was really fighting it.
Yeah.
He did not want to leave. He just looked sad, and it was just like, he kept purring, and he was just nudging me. It was like one of the few cats that his death is going to affect me for a while. Even though he wasn't my personal cat, he was my roommate's favorite.
Yeah.
He never liked me when he was healthier, and he only liked me in the last 2 years when his health was slowly starting to decline. But the thing with outdoor kitties, they live much shorter lives than a domestic indoor cat.
Yeah.
And I've grown to understand and accept that most of my outdoor cats are going to die young because they have AIDS, feline AIDS. So it's prevalent in my neighborhood. But he was a good kitty. He protected my yard for the few years we had him. He waltzed in, took control, and he's like, "This is my yard now," and just beat every other cat up and kicked everyone else out. He filled the void when Simon passed away, and he actually kept everyone in line. And we went from having about 20 outdoor cats, 15 indoor cats, and now we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outdoor cats. In a really short time, we had some horrible, sad things happen, and just lots of tragedies. It's affected me a lot. And honestly, the trauma of losing probably like 7 cats in one day is probably what led me more into this.
Yeah.
Because it helped me keep my mind off of it. Because I lost one day when I went to go get breakfast. I came home to 2 huskies doing horrible things in my yard.
Yeah.
And I lost so many kitties. I like when I saw some of my favorite cats get mauled to death.
Mm-hmm.
One of them right before my eyes. A lot of people say that I was different after that, and yeah, it's true. I mean, when you experience a trauma like that, that's not something you're going to easily get over.
Yeah.
My roommate doesn't really understand, and honestly, he was upset, but I don't think he really understands how much it affected me, because some of those cats that passed, one of them was one that I saved from pretty much starving to death, and I rehabilitated her. She was a really old kitty. Amazing cat. I love this girl. Her name was Babe. She had no teeth. She was at least 10. She was an old kitty, and she was just like the sweetest freaking cat in the world. She would come up to you, want you to pet her. She was a long-haired gray tabby. And everyone loved this cat. I saved her from the plaza by my house because she was basically skin and bone. Brought her inside, recovered her, brought her back outside, got her fixed a few weeks later when we found out that she was really pregnant. And turns out she was so old, her uterine lining was pretty much a solid lump now because she wasn't properly... She didn't have proper nutrition, so she was struggling. And the vet loved her. Everyone loved her. She was a great cat during quarantine. And these horrible huskies just... And I lost some really good kitties that I took care of, and they were just really good cats. And some of them were just really young. They were like 1 or 2, and I mean, they didn't have to go that way. And it wasn't just my cats that got affected. These huskies killed some dogs. They killed some other neighbors' cats, and animal control didn't want to do anything, and the neighbors didn't want to do anything. So I had to capture them myself and take them to the pound.
Yeah.
The owners never paid attention to their dogs. They were just constantly digging holes and terrorizing everyone's animals.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, how did they get out? Like, how do you let something like that happen?
So when you don't take care of your huskies, and your huskies aren't well trained, and they don't have toys, attention, they get out and they want to have attention. And
Yeah.
huskies, they kill for fun. They don't
Yeah.
they don't go and just like do that because they want food. No, they were
Yeah.
just they took animals and they were just taking them houses away from their property and just dropping them on the street and used them like toys.
Yeah.
And now it's just like I have a very big hate for huskies. I will trust a pit bull before I trust a husky. Which today I actually get to play with a pit bull that was at my school.
Yeah, they're
And
that
I've had huskies that I've fostered. They're terrible. They're terrible animals. No offense to anyone that loves huskies. I just like my experience has been pretty negative with them.
Yeah, no, that's definitely.
Maybe it's because I'm a cat, but
it's unfortunate. They had very horrible owners who didn't give them the attention they needed.
I mean, and there's huskies I like. There are some neighborhood huskies I see on a daily basis when I go on my walks, and I pet and I give them treats.
Yeah.
But it's just like a lot of people in my area don't know how to take care of their animals. It's like I try my best to make sure my neighbors are spaying and neutering every single day. I'm the Bob Barker of my street. Oh my god.
No, there's a common line that I hear a lot of the time. Like every pet deserves an owner, but not every owner deserves a pet, and that definitely sounds like one of those instances. That is really rough, and I'm sorry you had to go through that.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, if things didn't happen the way they did, I probably wanted to have gotten to my state where I was at to like actually like do more stuff on Twitch and be honest, I kind of isolated myself more in my office.
Yeah.
And did more like stuff on my own. Like that actually screwed up my workout schedule too. Like my workout schedule never recovered after that point. I was like freaking ripped. I was at my best muscular shape ever. I was hitting plateaus and breaking plateaus and hitting personal records during that time. I just broke 300 in deadlifts.
Recently?
During that time in 2022.
Oh, wow. And that has you how you know what? Can we talk a little bit about your health journey, I guess? Like because I will say, like, I have a few issues when it comes to my health. I guess for starters, do you have any recommendations on what you should do to begin with? Like when it comes to just like maybe even just trying to begin a healthy lifestyle or something like that.
Track your diet. You don't have to calorie count. Just track what you eat. Do at least 1 week of calorie tracking to see how much calories you eat. Walk every day. Try to walk at least 10,000 steps a day. Today I only walk 15,000, and I'm generally at 23,000 step a day person guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, since I started streaming, my walk time has decreased, and I gained a little bit of body fat. Not much, but like I'm at 20% now, but I prefer to be more comfortable at 15 or below.
Mm-hmm.
Reduce your fast food. Don't drink soda. And just work out every once in a while. You just at least 3 or 4 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I like to work out 5 days a week, but I mean, since I started work, I kind of haven't had a solid workout week since August. I feel really embarrassed.
No. Some things get in the way.
Even during my training trip, I worked out every day. It's been a hard start back to work.
Yeah.
I can't get my groove back to waking up at like the butt crack of dawn to go work out in the garage.
Yeah.
And it's just like more and more people want me to do stuff when I get home, and it's just like it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, just don't stop. Just always think of this. It's for yourself. It's for your long run. I mean, this is coming from a dude that used to be almost 300 pounds. I lost 100 pounds before quarantine.
Damn.
Yeah. And everyone at my work just assumes that I lost the weight during quarantine. No. I was losing it before that. And they didn't know how heavy I was. I'm like, no, I hold my fat really well. The only way you can tell how fat I was my face, and I look like a freaking balloon in my face.
That's why I have a
Because I have genetically, I am very well blessed with my calves. I have the calves that will pierce the heavens. My brother and I are just gifted with really huge calf muscles. Mine are like freaking 20 inches.
Oh, whoa.
If I really work hard, I can get them back to 22.
Damn.
But I don't have to work out my legs because my leg muscles are genetically amazing.
Yeah, it does.
It's the rest of me
leg
that's not
day.
that great. It's like I only did leg day and never did anything else. That was the comment one of my friends in college thought I was in the gym when I was in college. He's like, "Oh, you have really good calf muscles." I'm like,
Thank you.
"What's a calf muscle?" I was all like, "What's a weight?" And honestly, I wish I knew in college that I had free gym, because I would have used the gym all the time and been way more jacked before my late mid-20s. Yeah. I had free gym and no one told me.
Yeah. Anyone in college right now, you probably have free gym. You should probably go check that out.
In California, every UC student gets a free gym membership from the school, and their gym's like Olympic level. I was so pissed off. I'm like, God damn, if I can turn back time. Oh my God. I would have been so better off in college. Because I went through 2 weight loss journeys back in my first in my early 20s and in my 30s.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of weight that I carried since high school, and I was always really self-conscious about my weight.
Yeah.
And this is coming from a guy that was on a swim team. I was the pudgy kid on the swim team, and I hated it. And that's primarily because of my diet growing up. We were a fast food family because my mom didn't cook. Well, when she cooked, we didn't eat it. So, but I was really good at swimming. Despite being kind of chunky as a kid. I was like a 180-pound chubbo, but and I have a few pictures of it, and they're so bad. I'm like, oh my god, the stomach. I hated it. But I lost my weight. I lost a lot of weight back in college, and going into grad school, I got from, I want to say 225 pounds down to 140 pounds.
Yeah.
I looked like I was dying. I got the single digit body fat. I had abs. It was great.
Yeah. I've always
and then I stopped biking and I gained it all back.
Oh man, that reminds me so much of like what I've been trying to do. I've always had issues with my weight too. When I was younger, they're like, "Oh, you're a toothpick. You need to eat more." So I ate more, and I did stuff, and then I got bigger, and then like, "Oh, you're too big. You need to eat less." And
same exact thing.
You need to eat less. I'm just like, what is it? What is you need to be skinny?
I was the skinniest mother effer in elementary, going into middle school, and then I gained a bunch of weight during puberty. And my mom's all like, you need to eat more, and so I ate more, but it didn't contribute to muscle. I was never allowed to be in the gym.
Yeah.
My mom told me, oh no, you have asthma, you can't go to the gym.
Another one with asthma.
And I'm like, really? Really? It's like, my brother has asthma, but he can be in karate. Why can't I be in the gym?
Dude, California's just
and
like
honestly,
asthma.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I think, and then I became very anti doing like physical exercise growing up too. because my mom was always weird about it. I'm like, no, I don't want her to benefit from that. No, no,
Yeah,
no. I'll just
yeah,
be a fat kid.
yeah. My mom, her perception of health is definitely you gotta have abs, you gotta be skinny, you gotta be fit, you gotta be active, you gotta be outside, fucking Christian Ronaldo, whatever you want to call. You need to be that. You need to be that. And I'm just, and it got to me at some point where I was like, I don't want to be that, and it caused me to definitely do things to my body that I'm not happy with at now. I'm like
I can probably guess. I can probably guess. Don't worry, you're fine. Don't worry.
and
I've
I'm like 5'9", so for my weight, like I was considered like obese, so like it's just like
oh I was, dude. I'm 5'11". I was morbidly obese.
yeah, it's just like it's difficult. It's very difficult to talk about, but like you like as you said, it definitely is like being consistent with it and working on it and not just like giving up on it. That it'll help you out in the long run. And I think that's a really good message.
For me, my second weight loss journey, I took photos every month,
Hmm.
and I kept those, and I've only shared it with one other person on Twitch,
Hmm.
who's also was worried about weight gain, and I get it because I was about their age when they gained weight, when they were when I gained a bunch of weight, because I started working as a teacher and I gained a lot of my weight back.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was like within 2 years, I was probably at where I was when I first lost my weight. And by my 5th year, I was already like almost 300 pounds. And I had some injuries. I fell down a flight of stairs.
Oof.
I developed something called plantar fasciitis, I think it was pronounced, where the tendon in my foot was constantly swelling up. I couldn't walk. Like in my early 30s, I like got to the point where I was like unable to move in the morning. I had to sit there in my bed and stretch my feet with yoga practice just to be able to go and move.
Yeah.
I never want to get to that point again, and I will and honestly, it wasn't just work. I think it was also like stress too.
Oh
I
yeah.
had a lot of stress. I still have a lot of stress, and that's probably why I can't get back down to single digit body fat again.
That's great.
I just want to go for a long bike ride again.
Yeah.
I miss doing those.
I remember we in my area we don't have too many bike lanes. We don't have, like, so I'm on the sidewalk, but like I remember at one point I literally spent like 3 hours biking uphill, and I found like a botanical gardens, and I went in and I was like, wow, I traveled for 3 hours and I'm in this like gorgeous like botanical gardens. It's really really good.
So where I live,
Hmm.
there is a huge 10-mile long bike path between the two counties. And it goes from a ranch and a nature reserve all the way down to a sewage treatment plant in one city with a sizzler.
Sizzlers, those still exist?
With a sizzler. There
Did
are
they?
still 3 left in SoCal, and you live near one of them.
I know I
There's
lived
one
near
in
one. There used to be one.
There's one in Culver City still. Yeah, there's one in
Yo,
Culver City still. And I have gone there before with some friends to a self-help group.
is it good?
Um,
Scissors.
eh,
Eh,
it's
it's Sizzlers.
it's it's not great food. Some of the food's good. I used to eat this chicken that I really like there that I grew up with my grandpa because he used to take us to Sizzlers all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna describe the chicken.
I can't remember the name of it. Oh my god, I can't remember the name of it.
There's this really good chicken.
It was called, okay, it was the hibachi chicken.
Oh.
It had this really good hibachi sauce, and you had to go to a Sizzler's to see if they can still make it. And very few people knew how to make the sauce still, because they phased out the item.
Yeah.
And so they had the Malibu chicken, so you had to ask for the Malibu chicken, but with hibachi sauce and no cheese.
Oh, so you got like a workaround.
Yeah, and it was my mom's favorite food item, but I ended up liking it better than her. And and once Sizzler stopped serving it, I never told her how to get it. So she stopped going to Sizzler's because that disappeared, but that never stopped me.
I'll never.
No, that's probably the reason why I was like almost 300 pounds.
The chicken. No, it wasn't the chicken. It was the sauce. That's probably what it was.
When I was teaching and Sizzler still existed before quarantine went down,
yeah,
I would go to Sizzler's just so I can go and grade, and I would eat there while grading.
Honestly, that sounds like a really good day. I'd go to a Scissors.
Yeah, if you ever want to go to one, let me know. I know where to find someone in your area. There's still a few left. There's not that many though.
Okay, so let's go back a little bit because we kind of went on a bit of a tangent again.
Sorry.
No, it's alright.
I have a tendency to do that.
No, I if you remember Woofles' episode, like we went on a huge tangent around the second episode. So like, I personally I love tangents. I love rambling. I love it when we go from one place to another. It's fun, but as long as I'm able to just go back and remember what I wanted to talk about, that's more than fine. You mentioned
I'm the king of tangents in class.
You mentioned no, it's fine. You mentioned there was a house, right? Because you were about to explain about the story, about how you almost died in a house.
Oh,
yeah,
Okay, without doxing me.
Yeah.
I live in California.
Cool.
So, a few years ago in 2020, there was a bunch of fires. You might have remembered the one where Sephiroth caused a fire in a mountain to announce that they were having a boy. So, there was that fire. But before that fire, there was another fire that happened a month before that. And so, I was house sitting for some friends, and I was driving back from work because it was summer school still. No, it was I was doing classroom setup, and it was end of July, beginning of August, and I was already at this house longer than I should have been. And so I'm driving up to the house, and I'm looking at the field and seeing the grass, and like, damn. This would be a really bad time for a fire to happen. It's been really hot and dry. This has been a really bad drought. And I'm like thinking it, and I'm daydreaming it going up the mountain. Like, God damn, what would happen to this area if this area caught on fire? I am not joking. I literally did this on the way up to their house. They live at the top of like the midpoint of a mountain range. So they live in a mountain valley home. Mm-hmm. So their home is situated, and their house is was all over the news. I can't find clips anymore though. I have it downloaded though, because it was all live streams that they took down. Yeah. So I did a rare thing that I don't ever do, and I took a nap. A foreign concept for me because I don't nap, and so I had a
cat nap.
I never nap. I had 2 dogs with me and one of the cats sleeping with me.
Yeah.
And I got woken up by a helicopter and a plane sound, and I'm like, what the hell is this? This area doesn't have helicopters or planes. They're too poor for this area. And then I look up at the skylight, and I see a red plane. And I go, oh shit, in California, a red plane is not a good sign. Mm-mm. A red plane means there's a fire. And then I start smelling smoke. I'm like, because I have a really strong sense of smell. And I go out, and there's a fire like a mile away from the house. And I'm like, shit. And I literally went, shit. And I go and call my friend who was out of state, and I'm like, hey, I don't want to scare you. But there's a fire going on right by the house. And she's like, oh my God, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know, but I can see the flames from the backyard, and it's on the other side of the house.
Mm.
I'm gonna collect the animals, and I'm gonna try to get to my car. She had a bird, 2 cats, and 2 dogs. And so, a few minutes later,
Yeah.
the fire spread so quickly that it went over the hill onto the other side. A few more minutes, they closed off the roads, and it was reaching the embankment area of the home, because her house is literally between a mountain runoff area, so there's nothing around her other than just grass and field. I couldn't get one of the cats. The bird wouldn't let me grab her, and my coworkers that lived not too far from her came out and they were telling me, "Hey, Kevin, you can't stay there. We'll let you out. They'll let you out, but we can't go up there to help you." And I was refusing to let the animals leave. The neighbor across the street was going to stay at their house and protect their home. I decided I was going to go and wet the house. I took a garden hose and I was, for some reason, wetting the house like it was going to do anything. The fire got closer and it jumped over and went to the other one of the yards of the neighbors, probably I want to say 6 of their houses over, just a little bit up the hill.
Yeah.
And I got the bird in the car. I got 2 of the dogs in the car. I couldn't get the last cat in. He refused to come to me. He was biting me. He was fighting me. And then everything got blocked off. The fire truck blocked everything off. They were telling everyone to get in your house. And I accepted that I was probably going to die there. And the fire was spreading so quick that it was getting towards the backyard. And I didn't have any time to pack my things.
Yeah.
The only thing I was able to take with me right away was my Switch. I threw my Switch and the dogs, and then my coworkers called me saying they are making a road to escort me off.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, I grabbed their meanest cat, and I was able to shove him in a crate that was 2 sizes too small for him. And after getting some really bad cuts on my arm from him and the bird, and I was able to leave. And the backyard awning where I was at caught fire probably a few minutes after I left.
Yeah.
Because I was in the backyard trying to catch this cat because I was afraid that he was going to die.
Yeah.
And I lost all my clothes. I lost 2 pillows. I lost a blanket because they were basically damaged by the smoke. I have a collector's edition Adventure Time shirt, a tank top shirt that I had of Finn and Jake. And I still have it, and it's been a few years, and it still smells like smoke. No matter how much times I bleach it. And, yeah. And then I lost my wallet on the way down the mountain.
Wow.
That someone mailed to me later.
The wallet was still intact?
It fell. So when I pulled over to go and talk to friends, I guess my wallet fell in my pocket.
Yeah.
And it dropped on the road, and someone mailed it a week and a half later. I had to cancel all my cards, and then it showed up in the mail.
That's good.
Don't know who mailed it. Whoever the dude that mailed it to me, thank you.
If you're out there, thank you. If you're furry and you're out there, thank you.
But I ended up having to hold on to those animals, and we were in the middle of quarantine teaching during that time too.
Damn.
Now, this is in 2020, and then the fire, the gender reveal fire came after.
Yeah. Damn. That's all. Well, it is California. We're known for our fires and earthquakes.
And like seriously, to describe it, like it still plays in my mind. Sometimes you can see the flames around the area. There was like embers falling. And it really was like from a video game. It was like a scene from a video game, and I was just like, I was in tears because I was just like, this is it, this is where it's gonna end, isn't it? It's like, at least I'll die in fire.
Sounds like
I get to die
horrible
with my
way.
favorite element. It's cool.
This sounds like a horrible way to die.
And my one thought was, damn, I don't even have my Nodachi with me. And that was literally my joke I made to one of my coworkers. Are like, God damn it, I don't even get to die like Sephiroth.
That's funny.
Oh. Like I actually contemplated looking for something that was long in their house so I can just like do a Sephiroth pose as I burn up.
Did you have long hair too?
But no, to be honest, I probably would have wussed out and died in the house of smoke inhalation.
Yeah. Some poisoning from the air.
Probably from wetting down the house probably saved a good portion because their house is mostly wood. And that was probably the smartest thing I could have done. It actually protected the parts that got wet were the areas that didn't get burned. Because it's a really nice house.
Look at that. But it still got burned a bit.
Yeah, it did. But the house was really, they got to fix a lot of the problems they had.
Yeah. Do they have like insurance? Does insurance even cover a
Not
fire?
for that. Not for that. Not anymore. They left California.
That would be like a act of God, no? Well, not the.
Now it is. Well, they don't cover anything out here anymore. They left us.
Damn.
My area doesn't have smoke insurance, fire insurance either now.
Damn. Not even like for the one that was obviously caused by like the gender reveal party. Even that one.
Yep. That. Well, now it did then, but now it's not. So now they want to. Most of the insurance companies have left us. But it's fine. I have a cool story. My students that are seniors this year, they know I almost died in a fire. Because that happened the week before school started.
Oh wow.
Actually, like a few days before school started. And I started off class like, hey guys, I almost died.
You'll love to hear it. You love to hear it.
But yeah.
I guess we can. Do you want to talk a little bit about cons?
Yeah, okay.
Because for those who don't know, like we're making plans to go to FC, right? Is that going to be your first FurCon, or is there a
no? It'll be my second FurCon.
Oh, what was your first FurCon?
This is my first was Golden State FurCon, which takes place not too far from you, actually.
Yeah,
much closer to you than it is for me.
It's much closer to me, and that's actually another con I've been meaning to go to because it is closer. So I could definitely just like pop in and see, yo, what's up?
There's someone from my chat that wants to go to it too, and they live not too far from us, and they'll go if they know people that are going to go. Oh. And I was thinking to go again for maybe a day or two.
Yeah.
Because I live close by, I don't have to get a hotel unless I get friends that want to go.
Yeah,
I was just planning to go in April.
Yeah, it's only an hour away from me, I think. I could definitely either.
It was between that.
Yeah.
It was between that or going to the Las Vegas one.
What's it called?
There's one taking place in April, the week after Golden State.
That's the one that Buizilla, I think, goes to. I think he was a guest of honor last year. I think.
I only know Buizilla because they make comics from time to time, and I finally saw a Twitch stream which their setup's amazing.
Yes, but I love their setup too.
I just don't have a really good connection for following them. I love their content though.
Oh, I love their.
It's hard to watch their streams for me. Yeah, their content's amazing. I mean, I never knew I was really into doing reading macro shit until I started reading their stuff. I'm like, oh, well, hey, look at that.
You just want to be big, you know?
I mean, I can do that right now. Now I can. Look at that. I can just go humongous.
Whoa.
Oh, shit. I Dynamaxed out of here. Boom. I could Dynamax out of here now. But I hear you can get bigger if you have the proper models.
But yeah, So FC is gonna be your second con.
But yes, my second fur con. I've been to other cons before that were not furry related. I've been to video game cons and anime cons and trading card game cons. And I've been to one Comic Con, and I never want to go to that again.
Was Comic Con really that bad?
It's huge. It's claustrophobic.
Uh,
My advice is this: never go to a con that's huge by yourself.
yeah, definitely not. I know
My
for a
friends
fact-
didn't want to go with me to Anime Expo. Yeah, my friends didn't want to go with me to Anime Expo this year, and
Yeah, you didn't want to go there.
that was my first time in a long time. I don't ever want to go ever again.
Yeah,
Not after what I experienced at that one. That was just like an episode of Adventure Time where they're going to the Nightosphere and they're shoulder to shoulder with all the demons
yeah.
and crying. That's how I was. I was having an anxiety and a panic attack
Ugh.
in the middle of a crowd, and I didn't even get to make it into the dealer's hall.
Yeah.
I left, didn't get to meet any of my friends that
Mhm.
that came out from other states.
Yeah.
I was originally going to meet Quan, the Breakson, but his fursuit got stolen. Like, that was a bad day.
Yo.
Yeah, fursuit was stolen at Anime Expo. It was Quan.
Oh.
Really good guy I met on Twitch.
Damn. That sounds horrible.
Not Twitch, Twitter. Yeah, we were going to meet up, but maybe we'll try to meet up at a little Tokyo someday in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear Anime Expo has just a huge problem with just letting a lot of people in too. They like don't curate.
It's
don't put a
gotten so
limit.
bad. That was my first convention.
Yeah.
That was my first convention I ever went to. That's also where I saw my first furry, without knowing what the fuck a furry was. I was 18. I saw a furry for the first time at Anime Expo, and I'm like, that's cool. And I also saw, probably two, because I also saw a Kamari. A really good Kamari that I still have a picture of somewhere. I took it on my digital camera, and I have it stored somewhere on an old hard drive.
So yeah. Anime Expo. You went to Comic Con. What else did you go to again?
I went to a trading card con before, and I've also gone to some other comic cons that are just like really simple, small stuff. And I've been to other smaller anime cons. So I went to one in Northern California, actually in the same place that we're going to be going to for FC, and that con's actually really good. It's a really nice con. It's huge, but not as bad as Anime Expo. Like way nicer. And there's another one in LA I've been to before, and there was one in Long Beach, and so a really nice one that was in my neighboring city. And I've been to a couple of smaller ones as of late, and like seriously, like I would like to see if Ray wants to go to one next year, even though he's moving a little bit further away.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind picking him up and driving him all the way out to that city to go and try it out, because Ray the Yeen lives not too far from me.
I guess that leads me to ask, like, are you excited for FC, or like, do you have any plans that you want to do while you're there?
Well, I was hoping to get my head done for Scintilla, but I don't think it's gonna be possible in time. I just want to meet some friends. There's a couple of people I want to meet that I haven't met in person yet.
Yeah.
There's one person that I met through a mutual friend's server and channel that I've known since December, just a little bit longer than before I met you and King.
Mm.
You know him, it's Badger.
Oh.
Yeah. I wanted to meet. Originally, the plan was to meet him during my trip to Northern California with my classes.
Yeah.
When I went on my trip up to NorCal for college trips, and because he works right in Berkeley.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out because there was like a lot of stuff going on for him. So it's just like, it's fine, it happens. So I said, there's always other times, and I know a few people want me to go to MFF, but I don't think I'm ready for a con of that size and that distance away and such short notice. I need to plan that out for a year.
Yeah.
Next year, my goal is to actually literally save money
For MFF.
specifically for that con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And by then I should be full scintilla.
I definitely wanted to go this year. Unfortunately, things just didn't pan out. Just time. Friends ended up going short notice, and well, I couldn't tag along, unfortunately. And like, and if that was the case, then I didn't want to be alone, unfortunately. MFF is actually like it became so much huge, so much huge. It became huger than it was before, and just like the first experience was like great and all, but like going alone would definitely like not be it. It would I had a moment where I needed to go to the quiet room because I just felt like everything. Like,
I will say
there's
this.
just so many people.
I went to Golden State by myself, and that was my very first con, and I'll say it was very lonely. It's people there were very friendly. That was really great, and I wasn't expecting that. It was also nice seeing a lot of parents with kids that were just in the fandom. That was something. I like that. And
Yeah.
I mean, just seeing how supportive a lot of those parents were, I'm like, God damn, why didn't I have parents like that? My first con, my mom did everything in her power to make it about her and make it embarrassing for me, and then she left. Like, she said, "Bye, Kevin. See you in 4 days," and she took off. She was so upset she had to get me a hotel. She was like, "Why do you have to do 4 days?" I'm like, "Because it's cheaper to buy the 4-day ticket." That was when Anime Expo used to be cheap, and she didn't want to do anything with me. They didn't want to do a family trip. I asked, like, why don't we just do a trip to Anaheim and just you all go F off in Disneyland and I go to Anime Expo.
You chose Anime Expo over Disneyland.
Well, goddamn, yeah, the costumes were way better. Why else do you think I'm in the process of making my own damn fursuit?
I don't know. Have you seen the Bolt fursuit? Can we talk about that real quick? Have you seen the Bolt fursuit that they got at Disneyland? Bolt.
What?
Bolt.
No way.
They apparently
There is no way.
I saw pictures of a Bolt fursuiter.
Oh hell no! I have to look this up right now.
For all I know,
I'm looking this up right now.
It could have been just an actual fursuiter that did Bolt, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just such a cute looking suit.
Is it at Disneyland? Oh my god, it's a fursuit.
Is it?
It's a fursuit. No. That's a freaking fursuit. I can just tell you right now that's clearly a fursuit. That's a fursuit. Oh, that's a fursuit. It's just a really good fursuit. Who designed that? No. I've only been in this fandom for a year, but I can just tell you right now that's a fursuit.
That's a fursuit to me.
Let me. Fursuit. I'm pointing at my phone. Fursuit.
We'll put a picture up where he's pointing.
Oh, that's clearly obvious what it is. Who are they kidding?
But yeah, I saw that like recently, and I'm just like, wow, they have furries at Disneyland.
So my ex-girlfriend and I. Yes, I'm ace by the way, but I did date people.
Ooh, I kind of want to talk about that
ex-girlfriend and I.
too.
We went to. We'll talk about it a little bit. It's fine. We went to Disneyland for Halloween, and we're both cosplayers. And we had better costumes than the people at Disneyland. We found other cosplayers that I still talk to this day. And this was like a decade ago. In fact, one of them is giving me advice for sewing for the suit. They're telling me what stitches I should use because they dressed up as the Beast at Disneyland.
Oh.
And it was such a good Beast. They're probably a furry. But, I mean, they know way too much. But it was such a good Beast. But I went there as Sora from Kingdom Hearts, and my ex-girlfriend, she dressed up as Lilo from Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, whoa, that's strong.
Cultural appropriation.
Sorry.
Cultural appropriation.
I forgot that I bought myself some boba, some jasmine milk tea, and oh my god, that's strong. That's some strong jasmine.
I had jelly today. I had jelly tea today.
It was yummy. I like it.
But yeah, Disneyland has like a costume event on Halloween where you can actually dress up. I used to go to Bats Festival too because, well, Woofles was emo. I was goth. I was a goth kid in high school, and I'll just tell you right now, I was such a nonconformist. I didn't conform with the way how the goths dressed. I was still a goth. They accepted me as a goth, and they said, "Yeah, you're really nonconformist." I'm like, I ain't wearing black. I'm wearing blue. Screw y'all.
Wait, hold up. I know very little about like the gothic scene, the emo scene, or just scene in general. Do you know what scene is? Is that term still used? Scene?
Not really. That's an old person thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I apparently know it for some reason. What is that
I
all
do too,
about?
but well, it's a category of groups you hang out with, and you all kind of share the same thing. Okay, just think of it like this: we're freaking furries. That's a scene.
Ah, I see. So like it's like
Think of it like that. It's a it's a social group for the most part. A lot of them are in it for the social group. It's music, it's emotions,
Mhm.
it's a feeling, it's beliefs,
It's a connection.
it's a lot of things. It's just how you connect with a group of people, and it's just how you see society. For goth, it's more counterculture, and it's the abnormal, the macabre. What makes you stand out, and you're different,
Yeah.
and you don't care that you're different.
I like that.
And I still maintain that personality of being a goth even now, because I don't give a rat's ass what other teachers think of me. I don't behave like a normal adult. I'm literally a man child. Dude, you go into my classroom. My classroom is like decked to the freaking high heavens with toys and decorations, and it's like it's very goth in my room. You can tell that I themed my room on Incineroar. My room is literally Incineroar colors. I don't think I've ever shown you or King my room.
Oh no.
Literally, to the door, to the eye colors, everything. My entire room is themed on Incineroar.
I love that.
But yeah.
That. That's cool.
Moving on to what you were going to say earlier.
Let's see, I lost track.
Same here.
Hold on. Wait, hold on, give me a second. I'm thinking. Trying to use my brain, give me a second. Frick. We went from emo, goth,
We're talking about scenes, goths.
scene,
We
goth.
talked about costumes. We were talking about conventions.
We talked about Disneyland.
And what I was hoping to get out of FC.
Yeah.
I was thinking about how what I want to do was just mostly meet people, and there's a lot of people that I want to meet that I know that are going to be at that con. There's actually a few other streamers that I've become good friends with that I would like to meet there.
Oh, I remember. I put a pin on it. Because I asked the question to Woofles as well. Because he mentioned to me, or he mentions it in stream that he's Demi. And so I wanted to open that question.
Oh.
Yeah, I wanted to open that question with you. Like you said, you're Arrow Ace, or is it just Ace?
Yeah, I'm Aroist. So I'm aromantically asexual.
Yeah.
The aromantic part came later.
Yeah.
The asexual part came first. I never knew what I was growing up. Like, to be honest, because I'm the starting end of the millennial group.
Mm-hmm.
So we were the group that was growing up having to discover things for ourselves. And the end of the millennials, King's area,
Yeah.
they actually kind of got more benefit from what we had to go through growing up. Because King, Woofles, and I we're technically millennials.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how their experiences growing up is different from mine. I didn't know what I was. And it was weird because growing up, I never really had an interest in anyone. I never really had a sex drive.
Mhm.
I mean, as I will say this, yeah, I'm Aroways. We do have a sex drive. I will say that that's true. But like, I don't find attraction to people, and if I do, it's either just purely just appearance, like, hey, I like the way how they look, or it's more of a personality thing.
Yeah.
But that's usually how where it goes, and I see people more as friends and people I just want to get to know just based on who they are, not seek anything romantic or relationship. And it sucks because I do have people I know in my real life that want more with me, but I just can't give that to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just like, and I didn't, and here's the sad part. I didn't have a word for it forever. I didn't know what I was. At first I thought I was gay for a while. I thought it might have been bi. I've been in relationships. I've been in one style of relationship, but like, even that relationship was just like, it felt like I was just going through the motions.
Mhm.
And it just like what I was expected of me to do. And growing up, I was always put down for not dating anyone. My parents thought I was probably gay, and they kept on telling that to me. They assumed I'm gay still because I moved in with another dude.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a word for it, and it's just like, it was such a weird feeling to not be able to like articulate how I felt. And it's just like, it went on for a long time. Like, after I broke up with my ex, I just didn't really have like any interest in any more relationships. And then I was watching BoJack Horseman, and I related with one character the most because he and I are very similar in personality, and they're very much the same as me. I related to Todd. Todd was my spirit animal, and then he came out as asexual, and he realized he was asexual. I'm like, oh my god, we're the same. That's what it was. That's what it was. And yeah, and I just, for a while, I kept it quiet to myself, and I was like, yeah, I'm asexual. That's what it is. And I didn't admit it until for the first time until I want to say in 2021, when a student accused me of being gay, because I can be very flamboyant whenever I want. That's the thing. I have a range on how I talk, and that's usually when I'm playing roles or characters.
Yeah.
Because I used to do role play too. But for me, a student was really rude about it. I'm like, no, I'm not gay. I'm ace. I was like, I'm asexual. And that year, groups of students, they were very respectful, and they understood orientation a lot more.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, that's why you are the way you are. And I'm like, what do you mean? That's the way I am.
It's cute.
It was just like, that was the first time I actually like outwardly admitted to it. And it was still something I rarely ever said.
Yeah.
And then after kind of joining the fandom, yeah, I actually like say it even more now, and it's now part of my profile, and I identify strictly as that. The aromantic part came later.
Mm-hmm.
And it was something that I just felt, yeah, you know what? I am very aromantic.
Mm-hmm.
Very aromantic. I was just like, I don't really have like a sense of, like, a lot of it flies over my head.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't, because I don't have those. Because I even thought, because after I discovered I was asexual, I thought, is it a hormone imbalance? Is that what it was? Which I did some scientific experiments. I actually did get my hormones tested. Turns out I'm not. Turns out I'm very, very, very high in testosterone. I'm very I'm good on that part. I was in the good end, and that was probably why working out was so good for me too. But the Aero Ace part came later, and that was more, I want to say, about probably around February of last year, when I started seeing myself as more aromantic and asexual.
So
And
ace means
and
you
this year was
have,
the first time I actually
just real quick.
I'm
Ace
ace.
means that you
I'm
have no
ace.
sexual attraction, correct? To any gender, right?
Well, here's the thing with asexuals, and
It's a
Wolfer
spectrum.
falls under this too.
Yeah.
It's a huge umbrella term.
Yeah, for sure. I'm
and,
just trying to get like a
and there's a lot that
general
are
idea.
gay or bi.
Yeah.
So if you're ace, you can actually fall within multitudes of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And how I describe it, I'm so aggressively neutral.
Mm-hmm.
I'm chaotically neutral in one area. I'm like, no. I'm neither of it. I'm just an ace in Cinnamoroar. But yeah, it's just like, I don't see myself as gay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see myself as straight. I'm 0% of both. I'm literally none of it.
Yeah.
I don't fit in any of it. And that's it works out, because it kind of works out with my life too, because I don't really fit in with a lot of things.
So I'm not to be too personal, but I guess, do you at least ever see yourself being in any kind of relationship that will, I guess,
I probably could, but it just takes a lot more work on my end.
Yeah.
And at the same time, if I am with anyone, they need to understand that I'm not going to give them any satisfaction whatsoever.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't like touch. I don't like.
Yeah, because that's just how you are.
I just don't like. Yeah, it's just how it is. And hang on, I'm gonna check that real quick. Let me make sure. I think my roommate is the kind of person that wants me to be in a relationship with me, because I know he goes both ways, and I've made it very apparent I don't want any of that, and that's been the thing for 10 plus years. And I'm like, dude, I can tolerate you. I haven't punched you in the face yet or murdered you yet in Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
But it's like, I made it very apparent, like, nope, we're friends. That's how it's gonna be.
We're friends. That's it.
That's how we'll always be. We're just friends. If you want someone else, find someone. Don't depend on me. I'm not gonna give you any form of satisfaction.
Yeah.
Ain't happening. Not today. Not ever. Sorry.
And I guess for the arrow part, though, what I have a little bit of confusion with that. Do you know how to explain that?
So it's like, you don't really have a romantic side. You don't have any form of romance. You can't really like express it too well.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I have a hard time like expressing my like for someone.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's more of an innocent thing. Like, hey, I'll shower you with gifts, or I will just be nice to you however I can. And it's just like, I don't really have like a romantic attraction to people.
Yeah.
I can't be romantic. It's just like, and even with my ex-girlfriend, holy shit, did it feel awkward. Because once the aromantic part came in, the entire time, I always wanted to fucking bust my ass up laughing. Because I thought it was the most awkward feeling thing in the world. And I did have a boyfriend for a short time too. And that was the same thing. I could not, it just could not work for me. I just like, oh my God, what the hell am I doing? What is this?
Yeah.
It just, none of it worked. It's really hard for me to do anything in a romantic sense with anyone. Like, the whole process is just weird to me. It still feels foreign.
Yeah.
And what I have to explain to students, like, so basically you love yourself. I'm like, well, of course I freaking love myself. Like, I would not be alive if I didn't love myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have to have some form of love for yourself, no matter what orientation you are. It's like, for me, it's a purely a relationship thing. It's like, I can't be in relationships with people. And it's just like, and if it comes to a relationship, more platonic. And that's one thing I am good at being really platonic with people.
Yeah.
I will be there for friends if they need me. I mean, if it gets too much, I tell them like, hey,
Yeah.
simmer it down at too much contact. I have one I have an IRL friend that I've known since I was in middle school. Since he's a 5 years younger than me, I think. No, 5 or 7 years younger than me. He's in his 30s now, and he overshares. And so I'm called for everything, but he actually did something on Tuesday that kind of made me cry.
Oh.
He thanked me for like he's like, I know I'm annoying and I know that you're busy all the time. It's like I know we don't hang out or anything. It's like, but I appreciate that you take my calls and just hear me out.
Oh.
And I'm just like, and he said some more things that kind of got me crying. And this is all before like sadder things happen later in the day.
Yeah.
Because and I feel bad for my friend because he somewhere along the lines he lost the ability to interact with people.
Yeah.
He became a shut-in, and he's just like, it makes me really sad that he doesn't do anything, and I blame his parents for it. And I'm like, dude, I wish you listened to me back in college and you just moved away. I wish you didn't live with your parents.
Oh.
Your parents messed you up.
Yeah.
It's like, if I was there, I would give you a hug, but, and it's like, this kid when I was in high school, he was in elementary school, and he would come over to my house, but stay at the window, and we played video games at the window because he wasn't allowed to go to my house.
Oh.
Because I was older. They assumed I was going to do something horrible to him. Like, really? Really? And then they were like, oh, we're okay with you. And so I would just be over at his house all the time when he was in high school, and I would help him. And I got him in college, too. I did everything he needed. I gave him everything he needed so he could go to college. And he got financial aid, got a free ride. Never had to worry about things. Even helped out with getting his first job. But he was really honest and thankful and really sad just how his life's been going. And it was just like, it made me cry. I was trying hard not to make any noise when I was on the call with him. I was just silent.
Yeah.
Because when I cry. I ugly cry.
No. But it's good to cry sometimes.
I cried when my cell phone broke.
No. Okay, but I'd cry too because
I'm the kind of person.
That means more money spent.
I cried when my first touchscreen phone broke.
Oh wow!
And my roommate makes fun of me about it. My roommate, to this day, 10 years later, still makes fun of me about it.
And who
He's
is
like,
this roommate?
I love it when men cry. I'm like, no. I'm not gonna go into it. I'll tell you off recording.
What is that line? I'm so sorry. I love it when men cry.
But
that sounds funny.
But yeah, it was. I try really hard to just be there for people when I can. I'm really involved when my students are struggling. I'm very hyper focused when I see a kid that's really down. I try whatever I can to make them feel better. I'll try to get them somewhere to go to the right person, or I try to go and like for instance, they have a kid with autism, and when she starts crying, I'll have the other teacher take over. I'm like, let's go. We're going for a walk. Let's go.
Mhm.
And usually a few walks around the building or outside helps her calm down. And that's even with friends. Like, if I see someone's like really, I try to reach out to them and see what's wrong. And like, I have another friend that I met on a server, and I noticed that they were really depressed. They said something in their server, and their social status said something, and I reached out to them. Hey, what's wrong? And it's like, I saw he was just really down. I heard him out, and we became friends for a while. That friendship fizzled, but it's just like, it's in my nature to like help people and just be there for people whenever they need me.
Yeah.
I like to help people out. That's part of the reason why I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate the job now, but
that's really
I don't
cool.
like being taken advantage of as a teacher.
No,
but,
for sure.
But for friends, usually I'll always hear a friend out. I will help out friends whenever I can. I've helped out people who are financially struggling sometimes. In an altruistic sense, I'm very altruistic.
Mm-hmm.
I will support people. I mean,
Yeah.
usually at my own discomfort in life. It's just like, yeah, and so like my shortcomings in terms of getting relationships, getting into like romantic relationships, goes on to something like that. But at the same time, easy way for people to take advantage of me.
Yeah.
Why I tend to be more of a butthole sometimes.
You getting messages?
I'm just seeing what it is. It's just other things. So I don't have all my notifications audio changed to different apps yet. So I got so many new apps now, and I try to like separate them. I try to also get like vibration methods on my watch too.
I just got my watch actually recently. That's fun. I guess.
But yeah, it's just that's usually how it is, and it's just like being ace is nothing bad.
Oh no, I guess one of the reasons I obviously bring it up isn't just because Wolf, I talked to Wolf about him being demisexual and just wanting to know how he figured it out, kind of, but also because in a way I sometimes feel like I fall in that spectrum. I definitely I'm pretty sure my situation is much different than yours, for sure. I do have romantic feelings, so I know I'm not hetero. But I do know that there is issues when it comes to sex that make me basically wonder whether or not I'm ace or not. So like it's like a learning process kind of thing, and through others,
I had my fair share of it. I had my fill of it for life. I'm good.
Yeah.
You won't know until you're actually fully in a relationship, honestly.
Exactly, and it's a learning process. And one of the things I've been learning is just through talking you can learn a lot about someone, and it's really cool. Because I thought I had nothing to say. I thought I was just like the listener, the earpiece. And now that I'm talking to people, now that I'm I have all these cool friends, I want to get to know them all. And I think that's one of the big reasons why I'm even doing this in the first place.
And I'll just say this, being in this fandom, I know even more. I'm definitely ace. I've had so many weird advances towards me. It's weird.
Yeah.
I have to tell people, like, this makes me really uncomfortable, right?
We we went into this conversation naturally with Wolfos, but do you believe in any ghosts? Do you believe in the supernatural?
Yes.
Oh. Like in
I
what
believe.
ways?
I believe when we expire,
Yeah.
we just become energy. We're not done.
Yeah.
It's just what's left is energy, and what we see as ghosts is actually just a remnant of our energy that's still there.
I like that. It's kind of a
And being
scientific
someone
way of thinking it too. If you think about it.
and being someone who has straight up just accepted death. No, I'm being serious. I've accepted death. I know it will happen.
It's gonna happen eventually.
And it's not because of my age, because I got into a situation where that could have happened. But I mean, yeah, everyone's gonna be afraid of death at some point. But I've accepted it will happen.
Yeah.
I've experienced it so much in my life, personally and with others, and my animals.
Yeah.
But why I believe in ghosts? I've been in a haunted house before.
Oh.
I've been in several haunted places before.
Oh. Cool.
My cousin's house, my adopted, the cousin I made into a family cousin. Her house is very freaking haunted.
Oh.
And I know this because I babysat for them. So when I was 12, I was babysitting for the person who would become my Aunt Mary,
Mm-hmm.
and her daughter and her son, and her daughter were good friends, so I consider her a cousin. And so one day I was babysitting, and she said, "Just be mindful. If something happens, don't be afraid."
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
And
Just straight up like
if
that.
I knew yeah, and she waddled out of the house, and I said, if I knew the word, the definition or the word itself back then, 12-year-old me would say, 11 or 12-year-old me would say, elaborate.
Elaborate.
Elaborate. We were in their mom's room watching TV because she had the big screen TV in her room.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, the bathroom light came on from the kitchen, because there was a bathroom in the kitchen area. And I was like, okay, what the hell is this? I go and turn the lights off, and I walk back to the room. I go sit down in the bed, and the light was on again.
This bitch is messing
But
with
then
you.
it got weirder. I turn the light off one more time.
Mm-hmm.
That one turns on. The kids' room's light turns on, and then the living room light turns on in order. And I'm like, oh hell no!
I'd leave.
And then the oldest, the daughter goes, "Yeah, that's the ghost." And I'm like, "Excuse me, what?" She's like, "Just tell him to go away, leave us alone." Most of the photos in that house actually has like weird stuff in the pictures. Like every photo in that house has something weird going on. Even digital photos. And I don't know what the heck's going on in that house. It's still haunted or something. I don't know. They still live there for some reason.
That's terrifying.
Now her sister lives next door. And they're the ones who actually like got me to accept them as family. And I thought one day that my aunt's son was there. And this is around the age where he was like the age of what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
And I never saw like any apparitions until then. And I want to say 16. And I was staying over with the woman I called Nana. And she was everyone's Nana. She was an older woman, and she needed someone to stay with her while her daughter was out. And I'm sitting in her armchair while she was out at the hospital, and I thought I saw my aunt's son, or this lady's grandson, there. And I'm like, hey, I'll give him a fake name. David, what are you doing here? He didn't respond to me. He just looked at me. And I'm like, hang on, let me go get something to eat. And I went to go get him some food, because he usually came over and when he wants something to eat, because he didn't really have any food at the house, over at his house. And then he was gone. And so I call my aunt. I'm like, Mary, David was just over here. Tell him I was gonna make him some food if he comes back. And she's like, oh, he wasn't over there. He's over with his friend's house. I'm like, what? So an hour and a half or so later, Nana comes back, and I told her what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, you probably saw my son.
Huh?
And I'm like, what? And her son died young. One of her sons died young, and he was this splitting image of my aunt's son. So her daughter, her grandson. So they look very similar, and she pulled up a photo. I'm like, that was the kid I saw. That was literally him. That was the first ghost I saw.
That's insane.
And my mom likes to tell my roommate, when I was on talking terms with my mom, she told my roommate that I was very inclined to seeing ghosts because I have a gift, but I don't use it. Which, hang on, let me get the angry eyes.
Maybe you should be a psychic type.
Ah, come on. My mom's an idiot. No one should ever believe my mom. I don't believe you see spirits the way you do. I believe you see things in forms of energy, and what we're seeing is just leftover bits of that energy. If you're in a specific location, you're there, your energy's always there, you're always dispersing that energy as you're alive, and once you pass away, your energy doesn't get destroyed, your energy just disperses all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
That includes your consciousness, your state of mind. It's still there, and if anything, in my belief, you're just repeating things over and over again. It's never gone.
Yeah.
Because state of time and everything is just what we see in our reality. And no, I'm not high. No, I didn't come to this of being high. It's just I have a weird way of thinking things, and people think I'm crazy because of this. But
No. Me and Wolfos were literally talking about like the spirits last time and stuff like that. And we were like, people are gonna come into this and think we're crazy.
like, people at work already assume I'm crazy and I'm unhinged. But whatever. It's like I was always an eccentric dude even before quarantine, so they think I went crazy during quarantine.
Damn.
I was crazy once. They locked me up in a padded room.
With rats. And rats make me crazy. Crazy. I was crazy once.
But I mean, and that wasn't the last time I've seen anything like that. I've seen similar things in graveyards. San Diego, I've seen something in a hotel. I've sensed things in an old house I lived in growing up.
Mm.
There's always been like weird things you can sense, but it's usually just like what I want to establish it as, possibly just remnant energy that you're sensing. That weird sense of feeling you get when you think someone's watching you. That's probably what it is.
Yeah. That kind of makes sense. I can see that for sure. Oop.
I've had moments where I thought I saw one of my dead cats.
Well, that's kind of sweet. Another thing me and Wolfos talked about. We talked about music. You mentioned that you were goth. Does that come with any like different kind of like music taste or stuff like that?
Shockingly, no.
No.
I never really got into the music. Yeah.
Never got into
For me, I never really got into like bands or anything growing up. I got into Radiohead as an adult, Gorillaz as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wasn't allowed to like listen to music growing up.
Really?
So, and it's ironic because I lived in a house with like 10,000 plus CDs because my dad was a weird CD collector.
CDs rot, so they're probably like bad now.
Yeah, he cared more about he cared about CDs more than about us. Then he actually downloaded all of them, and I actually got to keep some of them. My dad always accused me of stealing his DVDs, and it was my brother. But I never listened to music. And when I was trying to develop an interest in music, I was always shamed for what I liked.
Yeah.
So I just like, oh, okay. And so I got an iPod to spite my sister, and my iPod was full of video game music. So I grew up with video game music. I've been a fan of video game music. I still listen to music from video games. I would say 90% of my music on my phone is video game based, either official or remixes. I have a few bands here and there, but that's pretty much it. And sometimes when I'm playing Beat Saber, or if I listen to someone playing Beat Saber and I hear a song I like, I'll get the info on it and I'll add it to my playlist. I don't have Spotify because I don't really listen to much music other than like stuff from video games.
Yeah.
And that's like easily free online.
Yeah, for sure. I don't. When I bring up music, it's definitely been a tool that I've used to express myself. Do you use it similarly? Is when it comes to the music that you would listen to, does it inspire you in some way?
It helps me stay calm. Sometimes I'm usually humming something, or ironically I sing it.
Yeah.
So like if it's a song with lyrics, usually from a game or a TV show like Steven Universe or Adventure Time or other corny kids shows, I have songs. I'll have those songs stuck in my head and I can sing them. I have a lot of songs memorized.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a good singing voice, but I do have like a couple of songs I sing frequently. Or I'll sing songs that I just create in my mind to myself.
Yeah.
And it probably helped that I grew up playing an instrument.
Oh, what'd you play?
I played a flute from the time I was 5.
Like
Technically 3.
Like an actual flute, or was it like more like a recorder?
I have a flute, and I never learned how to play a recorder because I thought they were garbage. I stole my mom's flute, never gave it back to her. She demanded it back, and I said, "You can go to hell. It's my flute now because you made me play this crap for the entirety of school." And oh no, I'm just being serious. And she's like, "I want it for your niece," and I'm like, "No, it's not her flute. You can buy her a new one."
Buy her.
She's like, "I want to keep it in the family." It's like, too bad that's not
flute
gonna
in
happen. Like, but you're not gonna have any kids. You're too gay for it. I'm like, we're done talking.
God damn.
That's actually one of my last conversations. One of my last actual conversations with my mom. she the last time she came over to my house, she was trying to convince my roommate to find my flute.
God damn. Have you at least tried to play the flute in any recently, or is it just there for like keepsake?
Yes. Woofles kind of inspired me to try playing my flute again, which turns out I can still play my flute really well, despite the fact it's been almost a decade.
Oh.
Piccolo, I'm a little rusty with the piccolo, but my piccolo also needs maintenance, and both my flutes need to be fixed up. And honestly, I don't remember the musical notes, but I remember the keys and how to play a song from memory.
Yeah.
And so I can hear some music just as I'm able to go and see art and mimic that style.
Yeah.
I'm able to replay a song in my head. So, like for instance, when I was in high school, I played One Winged Angel.
Nice.
I figured out how to play it on my flute completely. I got the trills down. I even recorded myself doing each line on my own with the flute. I have it somewhere. But I don't play the flute at home because I'm told it's annoying.
Dude.
Yeah, I give up a lot of things. I would love to play it more frequently, but then I'm told it's a midlife crisis.
No, no, I love people who can play an instrument. I played drums or percussion, and when it came to school, I was in the drum line, and so that's all I know. And it's been a while since I've even touched a drum, so it's a it's an experience.
I can also play trumpet.
Yo,
I learned how to play trumpet on my own because I took my dad's trumpet and practiced on my own, but I never wanted to play trumpet in band. So I'm not great at it, but I'm better at it than my brother is. And I can also play piano.
damn, look at you.
So I do. I'm not amazing at piano. I just know specific songs. So for instance, I know Yuna's theme in piano, and I also know the music notes for To Xanarkand in piano. So the dun 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 dun.
Yeah, that's the song that King
The theme.
uses for ending stream, correct? Was it
He has a
was it-
few. His is Final Fantasy 13's.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, okay.
I love that song. That's a really. I'm not a fan of 13, but the music from 13 is amazing. King will kill me for that. Don't tell King. Don't watch this.
We'll censor it.
He already got on my case. He already got me. He already got on my case for not liking 13. I'm like,
Is it
it just wasn't my favorite.
Is it the? No. I only know there was another one. Was it the one that has a second one as well? Or is it 11?
3 of them. It has
Really?
13. It's 13, 13-2, and 13 Lightning Returns.
It is the one I'm thinking about. Yes. Okay. So King likes
I've
that
never played the second game, and I never. Yeah, he likes the game. I never played the second game, and I never completed Lightning Returns.
game. Just the way you look back. Yeah,
I
he
was
likes
so.
that
I'm also going to say this. King's never played Final Fantasy 12, and I think Final Fantasy 12 is a far superior game.
one. Wait, can I tell you a secret?
And Final Fantasy 12.
Can I tell you a
Sure.
secret? Hold on. This is just between you and me because we're talking about King. I'm gonna cut this out of the video. Did you know that King? Oh my God, gossip. He told me he didn't play the 36 over 5 2 days for Kingdom Hearts. I think. Yeah.
Monster.
Yeah, I told him. Wow, fake fan. Fake fan.
You know I'm going to message him and I'm going to say, "You've never played Days." Hang on. Where is my Days copy? I have a copy of Days. I'm going to send it to him.
No, he wants to emulate it because I don't think he's able to play the actual game. Because there's like no viable way to actually like capture video when it comes to the DS.
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Unfortunately.
Unless you have a capture device.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Unless you
So,
mod your DS to
I
be
do
able to
have-
that.
I do have Days.
Yeah.
I do have Days, but I don't think he's gonna want to play that one on stream. It's a tough game to want to play.
We talked about it actually. I like how all of this is not going in the video. We talked about it.
You can just. I won't say anything to him. Just say, "Dark knows."
Dark knows.
Dark knows you're. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna send him a message.
I know.
I'm gonna say, "Mr. President, Dark knows your terrible secret." I'll just tell after he's done with his stream. I'm gonna send him a Telegram message. I'm gonna say, "I
He's still
know
streaming?
your terrible secret." Yeah, let's see. Yes, he's still Beat Sabering.
Damn, look at him go. You go, King.
Doing pretty good. 30
You,
people.
you,
Good job, man.
you dance that your little heart
Look at him
out.
go. He
You-
got some amazing people watching him too. I'm so proud of him. I
Happy
love his
feet.
Beat Saber days.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to be able to start doing Beat Saber on stream.
I'm so.
I've been wanting to do Beat Saber on stream since last year, and I have never been able to do it.
I got 2 rhythm games when it comes to VR. I got I think it's Audica, and then I got Synth Riders. Have you seen those?
Getting
two?
a VR headset, the first game I played on VR was Beat Saber. And I wanted to play Beat Saber on stream. And then I discovered you can put your model in Beat Saber. And I don't have the experience or the knowledge. And if it wasn't for King saying something how to do it, I would have never figured it out. And now I just need to figure out how to fix my model and make it work. Because this model gets scary as all shit in VR and live. He has no eyes. His eyes
Really?
disappear.
Damn.
Yeah.
I do. Okay. Before I forget, because I was gonna mention this. Do you want to know how I even got into Kingdom Hearts in the first place?
How?
It was through Days.
That's honestly not a bad way to just get into the fandom.
It was through Days.
It was. I would say Days or Chain of Memories were good ways to get into the fandom.
Yeah, it was for me. The first game I played was Days. If there's anything about me,
And I want to. I want to give you a hug for having to survive that game.
No, I found it.
That's a game that's hard to get through.
I found it enjoyable. Listen, I don't know what it is about me. I love grinding. I love killing enemies.
Since King told you a secret, I never played Recoded. There are 2 Kingdom Hearts games I never played: Recoded and Memory of a Melody.
The rumor come out.
It's fine.
Yeah.
The reason why I never played Recoded was because it came out on the DS after the DS was already dead.
Yeah.
So I played it vicariously through my friend who was playing it.
See, I obviously say these. I enjoy Kingdom Hearts. I love the gameplay, everything about it. I just have never been able to play the games myself because I never had a way to play them. Now that I can, I'm definitely gonna try to play the first, the second, and all the other games that I've been missing out on. But Days was definitely the entry, along with my friend who was my friend at the time who honestly adored Kingdom Hearts. He was such a Kingdom Hearts fanatic that I was just he would. Every time for Kingdom Hearts 3, whenever new stuff would drop, he would be like, "Yo, did you see the new stuff for Kingdom Hearts 3?" I'm just like, I don't even know where to begin. But he was so excited, and I love
honestly, finding King was probably the best thing for me. I was so freaking happy to find another person on this damn platform that actually loved Kingdom Hearts as much as me. Oh my god, it's so rare to find people who actually love Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, I will say,
King and Wiffles would love my IRL friends. They would go crazy for them because they're stupid Final Fantasy X nerds just as much as me. we have Auroch quotes that we say to each other all the time. From Final Fantasy X and X 2.
I guess with that. I guess when it comes to Kingdom Hearts, if I can be very honest, I didn't think I'd like it. Sora as a character, I couldn't jive with for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, he's jarring, to be honest. He's a little too goody-goody for a lot of people.
Yeah, it wasn't until a recent video that I watched about the psychology with Sora that I was like, huh. He's much deeper than I thought. Have you seen the video? Do you know what video I'm trying to reference right now?
I think because I watch a lot of Kingdom Hearts retrospectives. Because Kingdom Hearts helped me understand what a dynamic and a static character was.
Yeah.
And it made me realize I really, 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 really love Maleficent, and I want Maleficent in my life more, and I really do need Maleficent in my life. And like, why was Maleficent not my mom? And I would tell my mom, like, Maleficent's a better mom than you would be. And she's like, and I know she's a horrible evil fairy, but she would be a way better mom than you. I have a lot of Maleficent stuff, by the way.
I love that. That's awesome. I as where the video what the video was about was that Sora was actually much more complex because he puts on the mask of being happy for his friends. Essentially, is what the video was
He's
about.
always sad.
But he's always sad. He's always fighting with his anger, his darkness, and stuff like that. But he's always constantly, as it said in like Kingdom Hearts 3, his friends is his power and all that stuff. And I thought that was really sweet. And like the video itself, it delved into each instance of Kingdom Hearts, how he grows as a character, but he hasn't grown far enough to see that he needs to ask for help and stuff like that. So it gave me much more of an appreciation for Sora, definitely, and it made me realize, man, I know that's why I like Kingdom Hearts 3 and just Kingdom Hearts in general. It's the plot is not well written, but the characters are definitely a big aspect of what makes the story really, really, really good.
And the best part?
Mm-hmm.
Sora has had darkness in his heart from the beginning, and his darkness has always been a deep hole in his heart.
Yeah.
It's been referenced for so long that it was in Neverland where it's revealed that he has a deep darkness there, and it's all of his emotions and feelings that build up, which comes out in the second game through his anti-form.
Yeah.
And even more straight up there when his rage form.
Mm-hmm.
And it's reflected in his inability to accept loss, accept his friends not being there, being able to be on his own.
Yeah.
Which is why he ends up ultimately sacrificing himself to save Kairi.
To save everyone.
Like, because he goes through... He never completed the Mark of Mastery, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he mastered the ability to wake from sleep. He
Yeah.
mastered the ability to save sleeping hearts. But he never was able to master his own heart.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he falls into his own darkness, and that's why he's going to end up in Quadratum.
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely very excited for Kingdom Hearts 4. I definitely want to see where the story leads for Sora, definitely.
It will come out in 2024. It never will.
It's never
Just a
gonna come
Pancake was wrong. I think I'll be in my 40s by the time that game comes out. I was freaking 14.
We still
When
have
did it game? No, 2002. I was 15 when Kingdom Hearts 1 came out, and I was in my 30s when the third game came out.
Damn.
I have played an entire franchise of Xenosaga in less than a decade.
It's exciting. We still have a mobile game to come out too, huh? You got Missing Link.
Oh, there's a mobile game that's coming out? Okay. To my understanding, we just got a trailer about it, and it's never going to come out at this point.
It's Missing Link. I don't know what it's about. When it comes to the Union Cross series, that part of that aspect of the story, I never got into that. So I tried to watch videos about it, and it still confuses the ever living hell out of me.
If you want to get into Union Cross, there's a nice video where it does the entire series.
Mm.
It goes into the mystery, and there's even some good video breakdowns I can give you of certain people who are a little eccentric, but all of us Kingdom Hearts fans are.
Sure. How long is it? 7 hours? 24 hours? 15
hours. It's a vacation time.
It's gonna take me a year to get through it all.
It's stuff if you want to watch it, it's gonna take you a while. If you want to listen to it, it's good gym material.
Oh yeah.
Skyward
Maybe-
Sword and Skyward Wing and the Gamer's Joint does a really good retrospective on them. So
Ooh.
I would check those guys up.
Sounds good.
I keep forgetting that I have a leg rest now. My new chair has footrest now, so I keep forgetting I have that.
I gotta stretch. I gotta stretch.
Oh,
Ow.
much better. I'm jealous of the foot tracking.
Yeah, it's so fun, dude. It's so much fun. I'm excited.
I can't wait to get mine. I want mine so bad.
I do wish my room was bigger though, so that I like if I turn a corner, my base stations don't lose my trackers for like a second, and warp me into this
See,
hideous
mine's
monster.
Mine's gonna be slime VR, so mine's
Yeah,
gonna be
that
connected
don't-
to a wire to my PC.
Yeah, and they don't, and I believe they don't take base, right? They're not base stations.
I have an Oculus 2. Honestly, I think I should just really consider just upgrading to something else in the future.
Far
Because
future.
I really do like VR.
Just
Yeah,
wait for
VR
it. Yeah.
VR is one of those comfort things for me. It just makes me feel relaxed.
Oh yeah.
I'll just log in the VR and just be quiet and just chill and just watch the world.
Yeah, I like that I can cross my legs like this now. It
I wish I can do that.
you will soon. You'll
Because
soon.
for me, I think I'm twisted in some weird manner. Because I can see I'm looking down, my hips are in a weird spot. Yeah, let's fix that.
I'm waiting on
Yeah, better.
I'm waiting on a bit so that I can get the wireless adapter, so I'm no longer tangled by this huge cord.
I'm wireless.
I know.
I'm wireless.
I'm jealous. I can only go so far until I go whoop by my headset. Pulls me back. Keeps me
I mean,
humble.
my office is pretty big. If I don't have stuff on my floor, I can actually get a lot of space. I used to walk around my office in VR.
Ugh, man.
It's fun.
Man, no, I'm sad.
Though I've hit. Don't be sad. It's fine. I know people who play VR entirely on the bed. And people have told me I should do that. I'm like, I can't. I don't have a bed in my office.
That's the issue. He doesn't have.
I have a
bed in
chair,
the
actually.
office.
Any other questions?
I guess for now that's. I think I'm good for now. Actually, I think we got through most of what I've been wanting to ask for now. I think we're good, honestly.
Cool.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Stripes.